Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my kitchen. I thank God for reaching this hour. I want to show you how to make a Liberian traditional dish. On this video, I'm going to be showing you the second traditional dish of Liberian soup. And I have collard greens. The collard greens is slashed and chopped, and I chopped it on the chopping board. I did this overnight because I didn't want it to take my time on the video. So this is collard greens. I'm going to show you how to make the collard greens. We can fry the collard greens, or we can make it so many different ways. So I'm going to show you my way on this video. We all cook collard greens differently, but I'm gonna use my method that I always use at home on this video. So the ingredients for the collard greens is I have, as you can see, I love a lot of flavor when I'm cooking. It doesn't matter what kind of soup I make, but I always like to have fresh stuff in my soup that I make because of the extra flavor and taste. So over here I have sweet, meaning yellow pepper. You can use any kind of the sweet, meaning peppers. And over here I have 4 cloves of garlic, and I have 3 habanero. I have chopped mint, and I have chopped green onion and slash 2 small onions, and I have here 3 fresh large tomatoes. I'm gonna blend this tomato with all of these, and this is tomato sauce, and I have over here the meat stock, the liquid that I use to steam this meat. This is the stock over here. I'm gonna use it to cook it with the collard greens. And I have the 16-ounce cup of water here that I'm gonna use to blend all this stuff. And I'm probably not gonna use any more water because I don't use a lot of water when I'm cooking. So I'm gonna have smoked turkey, and I'm gonna have a little bit of cow skin slash cow feet, and I have here fresh meat. You can cook the fresh meat just as it is in the soup, or you can pre-fry it a little bit. So I'm gonna pre-fry it a little bit. So you can use any kind of meat that you like in your collard greens, shrimp, and any kind that you love. You can put it in your collard greens. And I'm gonna be using argo oil. I'm gonna be using 100% olive oil. We can say argo oil. We the Liberians will call it argo oil, but actually it's olive oil. So I'm gonna use 1 cup of that, and I'm also gonna show you the seasoning that I'm gonna use in this collard greens. As you can see, my favorite seasoning I'm gonna show you. I have chili powder here, I have salt, I have black pepper, I have beef stock, which is the beef cube, and I have garlic powder, I have onion powder, I have thyme, and I have the seasoning salt. But I'm not gonna use the seasoning salt. I use it to season the meat. I'm not gonna use it, but these are one of my favorite seasonings that I use on fish or meat. But I'm not gonna put that in the soup. I just use it to season the meat with it. But as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna use all this in my soup, and I'm gonna use 1 teaspoon each of all these seasoning that I just showed on the video. So right now, as you can see, my pot is going. It's kind of preheated. I put it between medium and medium high just to get it ready to pre-fry my meat before I make the stew. So the tomatoes, the fresh tomatoes, and the other things that I show you on the video, I'm gonna blend everything together, including the tomato paste, to make sauce. And then I can put the meat there before I can put the collard greens. So the collard greens, you can fry it as well if you want, but this is my own way. This is how I make my collard greens. I can sometimes fry it, but at this time I'm gonna just make the sauce, and I'm gonna show you how I make the sauce before I can put the collard greens in there. So let's get started. So I'm gonna use 1 cup of oil, 1 cup of olive oil in here, and that's enough. Some people can use 2, but I just want to use 1. And I'm gonna put the meat in here. I'm gonna put the meat. The oil is already hot, and I'm gonna put a little bit of dash of onion just to see if the oil is hot, because it's how we can tell. You can easily use your hand, or you can put onion there to know if the oil is hot. It's not that hot. The pot is already preheated, but as you can see, the onion is frying a little bit. That means okay. I'm gonna turn my fan on right now. So I'm gonna put a meat in here. I'm just gonna pre-fry it. I'm not gonna fry it very dry. And I seasoned this meat like 4 hours ago, and I let it sit in the refrigerator, so it's nice and seasoned and ready to go. Very tender as well. And as you can see, my little princess, she's here videoing me right now. I know she's very tired, but she always loves to help mommy. So right now she's videoing me as I'm doing this. And one day I will let her speak on a camera so that you guys can see her. She's my really right hand girl. She's really lovely. She always likes to be with mommy. And I told her that it's always good to be with mommy when she's in the kitchen. It's good to learn different things that mommy is doing. So she's always waiting to be in the kitchen with me, and she want to see everything that I'm making. Right now she's holding the camera, and she's like, Mom, I'm gonna help you. I said, no problem. But she always see all my videos. She been videoing me on all the cooking I've been doing. And one day you might see her too, because she watching me and she's seeing what I'm doing. One day you're gonna see her on the video as well, preparing what Mom has showed her. So we're gonna let this meat fry a little bit, and then we will come back to check to see if it's ready to go. So while we're letting the meat to go, I'm gonna turn the heat on medium high so it can be fast, because it was between medium and medium high, but right now it's on high right now, so it can go faster. So while we're waiting for the meat, I'm going to be blending the pepper and stuff together. So I get my blender here ready, and I'm gonna blend the tomato first. I'm gonna blend this first. And I'm gonna use the 16-ounce water. That's what I'm gonna use to blend all this. And it's always good to put enough water when you're blending stuff so that it can move around freely, or else you're gonna break your blender. this is blended and ready. This is ready. I'm gonna put it right here. Wait. Now I'm gonna put the pepper in. The sweet mini pepper. Gonna blend it as well with the garlic and habanero pepper. You don't have to put hot in here if you don't like spicy. You don't have to put spice in your collard greens. You can put whatever you want inside, but we love spice, and spice is our traditional. This is why any dish we're making, we always put spices. But it's your choice. You don't have to put spice if you don't like spice. So I'm gonna put a little bit of the onion inside as well, and then I will leave some to fry when I'm putting the other stuff in. Okay. I'm gonna put some of the seasoning in here because I always like to blend my seasoning so that they can season together. So as I said, I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon of each. This is garlic powder. Gonna put 1 teaspoon here. And this is the onion powder. I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon as well. And this is the thyme. I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon. And I have salt. I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon for now. If I need more, I'm gonna use it. But right now I need 1 teaspoon because I seasoned the meat and I don't know how much salt that I have on it. So I'm gonna use 1 teaspoon salt. When you're cooking the collard greens, it's good to season it very well, but don't make it too salty or else it won't taste good. So I'm gonna use the black pepper. And since I already had 3 habanero in here, I'm not gonna add the chili powder. But if I do need more heat later on before the soup get ready, I might add it, but I don't really need it right now because the 3 habanero is enough. And I'm gonna use 3 beef cubes, which is called the beef stock. I always like to blend all these together. That way the seasoning will just marinate very well with all that I'm making. So this is 1. And this is 2. This is 3. Now I'm gonna blend everything with the seasoning. As you can see, the color changed a little bit because of all the seasoning that I added. So while the meat is still going, we will wait and let it go and come back to check. Okay, as you can see, welcome back again. I blended the tomato and also the seasoning with the sweet onion pepper over here, and I get it stuck. I had the tomato. So all these that you see here is what I'm gonna use to cook the collard greens. I'm not gonna use any more water. I use 16-ounce water to blend all this stuff. So the water in here plus the stock is enough to cook my collard greens. In fact, you don't need too much water because the steam from the cooking can also cook the collard greens or whatsoever you're cooking. So this is why I don't like to cook too much water. And if you want to go faster in the kitchen, you better don't cook 5 gallons of water, or else you will not get out of that kitchen. So it's better to use your own manner and the way you think that your thing's gonna work. So right now the meat was going, but I think it's ready. I'm gonna take it out and start frying the gravy. So this is how I wanted the meat. I don't want to fry it too strong because it's still gonna go in the soup. So I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna take it out and put the onion and what I have blended to make the sauce before I can put the collard greens. So the flavor from the meat, you can tell it's all in the pot here, and I'm gonna use that. Okay, so this is it. This is what I'm gonna put here first. I have the tomato, the onion, the cilantro, and the green onion. This is what I'm gonna put in here first because I need a sweet smell from it. So I'm gonna put it onion, and I'm gonna put a green onion and the cilantro. Oh, it hasn't even started frying yet. I already smell it. This is the reason why I love this leaf, because it's so delicious. So delicious. So delicious. Really good. This is my way. We all cook collard greens differently. This is my method. If you love my method, you love the way I make mine, just give me a thumbs up. Comment me, subscribe, share, and I will appreciate it a lot. Oh, I can smell all this. I'm gonna put this on high heat for now, and I'm gonna reduce it later. I'm gonna put the blended sauce in here. You can put everything there right now, or you can wait until that's fried, but it's all gonna fry together, so there's no need of keeping this one aside. So I always like to put everything together so it can boil very well. This is delicious. The sweet smell. The blended tomato. So as you can see, there's enough water here. I'm gonna let it boil for 15 minutes, and then I will come back to taste it to see if it have enough salt or pepper. Then I can put the meat in there and let it boil for another 10 minutes before I can add the collard greens to it. So we'll leave it to boil for at least 15 to 20 minutes, and then we will come back to finish up. Keep washing. Thanks for continuing washing. We're going to see if the stew is ready to add the meat inside. As you can see, the stew is like kind of drying off a little bit, and I think this is the time to put the meat inside, including the collard greens. So this is how I did mine. I steamed the collard greens in the microwave. So right now I'm gonna put the meat in here. Be careful to your face. This is it. You see the stew? I make the stew, and now I'm gonna add the collard greens to it. This is the easy and shortest way I'm making this soup. You can fry it, because usually we the Liberians, when we're cooking collard greens, we can fry the collard greens. We chop the collard greens and put the onion on top of it, put the oil, and then fry everything together, and then we can steam the meat aside before we can put it in there. But today I just use everything that I blended plus the stock that I had from the meat, including the sweet pepper and everything. I blended together, and then I make the sauce, which is the tomato sauce here, and I added all the stock. Now I add the meat inside. I'm gonna add the collard greens to that, and then I will give it another 20 minutes to cook. But you can also fry it as well. You can steep the meat on the side and then fry the collard greens and then put it as last. It's also good, but this is my way of doing it. I feel this one easy than doing it that other way, but I usually do it the other way as well, but I always like to do it this way. So for the collard greens, if you want to send the collard greens, is a little bit strong and a little rough. If you want to add a little bit of baking soda to that, it's optional. You can do that as well. So in this one, I added like half a teaspoon of baking soda, just to make it softer a little bit, but you don't really have to do that. So all my friends, my co-workers, my classmates, anybody that love to eat African food, you can watch this way. This is a simple way of making collard greens. If you like the way I make my collard greens, please comment me, subscribe, share my video. And if you want me to make a dish for you, you can also leave me a message as well and let me know how you want it done. Okay, so this is the way I do mine. We all cook differently, so I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna let it cook for another 20 to 25 minutes until cooked. It's probably gonna be less than that, but roughly I give it 20 to 25 minutes, and then I will come back to check on it. And I believe they're gonna be ready, and then we'll get the party started. Okay, so this is my way, and keep on watching. Thank you for being part of my show. Thanks for continuing watching. Oh my goodness, we are back now. It's almost like 20 minutes, so I came back to check the soup to see how it's doing, and I believe like it's almost ready right now, as you can see. Oh my goodness, this is delicious. You can smell the cilantro, the garlic, the black pepper, all the seasoning. You can just get it right to your taste. Oh, so this is how I cook mine, collard greens, and I believe it looks exactly the way we usually, when we fry it, the way it looks. I think that's how we're looking, but I just use different method with it. So this is how we make that. This is how we make that. Very delicious. Oh my goodness. This is delicious. So just get like a few more minutes, like 7 to 8 more minutes, and then it will be ready. This soup is delicious. This soup is delicious. This is Liberian traditional dish. We all cook it different way. This is my method. Or you don't want to miss this soup. When you try this soup, you will never want to leave this soup, because the Liberians, women, oh my goodness, they know how to cook. So you want to try this soup. This is collard greens. So continue watching. We will come back to see if it's ready. I give it like 7 to 8 minutes. Okay, we back again. Continue. Thank you for continuing watching. The soup is ready now. As you can see, it's time to dish it up. Right now, this is how I cook mine. This is collard greens. Thank you for continuing watching. Oh, this is it. And in this one, this is my rice. I cook my rice. I know I cook it off camera. I cook it earlier. But I make this rice like it's about 3 to 4 days rice in there. And I'm making this soup for 3 to 4 days as well, because I work on a weekend. So I decided making things ahead of time, because when I come back from work doing my double shift, I don't want to stand in this kitchen with my tired self to cook. So what I usually do every week, I cook different kinds of soup, and then I dish it up and put it away. Then when I come home, all I need to do is to heat up. Or if the kids come back from school or from work, they can just get something to eat instead of waiting for me to cook. So these are the plastic dish I'm gonna be using to dish up the food. I bought this from 99-cent store, but if you in the place that don't have 99-cent store, I will prefer that you go to Costco. If you don't have Costco, you can go to Sam's Club. They have this dish just as well, but they have it in the box, and I think it's $40 to $45 for the whole box. But since I don't have that kind of amount of money right now, I decided going to my favorite store, 99-cent store, to buy this, and it's $2.99 for it, and it have 10 bowls in here. So I'm gonna dish up all these in here, dish up some rice in like about 5 bowls, and then dish up soup in the other bowl to put it away. Thank you for watching, and continue watching. Thanks for continuing watching. As you can see, the soup is adjusting very well. When you are cooking and you are about to dish your soup, just let it settle down a little bit before you dish it up. I just let the soup adjust a little bit to take time to cook. My mother always said that when you are a good cook, you take time to cook. You don't rush in cooking. And when you cooked and about to dish your soup, make sure you lower the stove or whatsoever cooking top you're using. Make sure you reduce the heat and let the soup adjust to take time to dry off. So as you can see, this soup has already been done, but I left it alone to adjust a little bit more. So right now it's between medium and medium high. So I'm going to adjust it to medium low. so that it can take time to adjust. That's it. That's the Liberian collard greens. Liberian collard greens. You don't want to miss this soup. This soup is so delicious. Very delicious. Other Africans can eat this soup as well, but they cook differently. We the Liberians, we are expert in cooking collard greens, cassava leaf, flour sauce, any delicious soup that you can think about. The Liberian women are expert in it. So if you want to try any African food, I would recommend that you go through the Liberian